Situated within the scenic surroundings of the Meanwood Valley in Leeds, the former Highbury Works stands as a site steeped in centuries of industrial heritage, layered with local legend and reports of unexplained phenomena. The history of the site stretches back to the medieval period, when the land was granted in 1230 to the monks of Kirkstall Abbey. Initially, the location served as a corn mill, forming part of the abbey's extensive agricultural and economic network. Following the dissolution of the monasteries in the 16th century, the land passed into private hands, eventually evolving with the demands of the Industrial Revolution. By around 1785, the site had become known as Wood Mills, a paper manufacturing facility operated by the Martin family, reflecting the growing industrialization of the region. A significant transformation occurred in 1857 when the property was acquired by Samuel Smith, father of the founder of the well-known Samuel Smith's Brewery. Under his ownership, the site was redeveloped into a tannery, marking the beginning of its long association with leather processing. Smith's influence was permanently marked on the building, with his initials carved into a date stone above one of the main entrances, a feature that survived long after the tannery ceased operations. During the early 20th century, the site experienced a brief period of inactivity before being revived around 1914 by William Gibson and Sons, fellmongers who relocated from nearby premises. Renamed Highbury Works, the tannery soon became a hub of local industry once more. Over the following years, ownership and operation passed through several hands. Meanwood Fellmongers Ltd. occupied the site before it was acquired outright in 1920 by Robert Jowett and Sons Ltd., further consolidating its industrial role within the valley. In 1967, the works came under the control of Robert Barker and Son Fellmongers Limited, who continued operations for several decades. The tannery remained active until its closure in 1993, bringing an end to over a century of leather production on the site. The physical landscape of Highbury Works changed significantly in the years that followed. The iconic chimney, long a feature of the valley skyline, was demolished in 1998. However, the historic significance of the remaining structures was recognized, and the Grade II listed buildings were preserved and incorporated into a modern residential development, blending industrial heritage with contemporary living. Despite its transformation, the site's past is said to linger in more ways than one. According to accounts from former employees, Highbury Works may be haunted by the apparition of a worker who reportedly took his own life during the tannery's operational years. One of the most detailed testimonies comes from Peter Webster, a former general manager who worked at the site for over 36 years. Webster claimed to have encountered the figure on multiple occasions. His first experience reportedly occurred in 1960 while working late one night. After finishing in the garage around midnight, he entered the dimly lit mill to wash. It was then that he noticed a figure, approximately 5 feet 8 inches tall and dressed in a boiler suit, walking into a small cabin office. Believing it to be a colleague, Webster called out but received no reply. When he approached and looked inside the office, it was empty. The following day, after describing the incident to fellow workers, he was reportedly told that he had seen the site's resident ghost, a figure that had been witnessed by others over the years. Webster's account was not isolated. Several employees are said to have reported similar sightings of the same figure, often in quiet or poorly lit areas of the tannery. Additional claims added to the mystery, including reports that a night watchman's dog would refuse to enter certain parts of the building, displaying visible distress when led near specific locations. According to Webster, sightings continued intermittently until the final years of the tannery's operation, when only a small number of workers remained on site. Today, the former Highbury Works has been redeveloped into a multi-million-pound housing complex, consisting of converted buildings and newly constructed homes.